What's up, people? Back again in the garage. It's your boy Slyy, you know what I'm saying? And we hanging with Slyy again. So, today we're gonna start a video series and it's gonna be the top five. Slyy's top five. I'm gonna give you a top five and just a bunch of different things that I like in life. So that's coming up, but before we do that, I want to talk to y'all real quick, give y'all some quick announcements, let y'all know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So, firstly, as you can see, cut my hair, got the dewy back on, you know what I'm saying? The wave god is back. So, that's one thing. Another thing, I've been working on music, so if you follow this channel, you should go follow my other channel, my music channel. That's SlyyOfficialMusic. Slyy with 2 Y's, no spaces. So if you find that interesting, you can go follow that as well. I'm working on a project. It should be coming out in the coming months. I want to say next month. So but I don't want to put a hard date on it yet. So next month right now, but at the latest, it'll be the month after next. So we got music coming. I've been working on that. That's why I've been away from this channel a little bit. I just been working on that. But with that coming, we got vlogs coming. So when I go to the studio, when I got stuff coming up with the music stuff, y'all gonna have videos on that and all the other stuff coming up. So like I said at the intro video, way back when I started this channel, it's gonna be a lot of things on this channel that's coming up that's just gonna be hanging with me, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. But that's enough of me rambling. We gonna go ahead and get to the main video. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do all that. Follow me on Instagram. That's Slyy, a.k.a. BlaccFoxx. That's BlaccFoxx with 2 C's and 2 X's on Fox. And you can follow me on Twitter at Slyy_Walker. That's Slyy with 2 Y's. You know what I'm saying? 2 Y's. Can't forget the 2 Y's ever. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the main video. So today on Slyy's Top 5, we talking about my original top 5 anime. And when I say my original top 5, these are the first 5 anime that I was like, yeah, this is it. This is goated. I could watch the series anytime, any place, anywhere. You say, hey, you want to watch this? Any one of these 5 shows, I'll sit down and watch it. So let's start with number 5 without any further ado. In Slyy's top 5, today's top 5 is Slyy's top 5 anime. Let's go. OG top 5 anime. Excuse me. Because I got to make that distinction. Because if I say, oh, this is just my top 5 period, niggas going to be like, oh, what? I mean, well, y'all might respect some of these choices, but we'll see. So, to kick things off, number 5, we have Inuyasha. Now, the reason Inuyasha comes in at number 5 is because it's a show that I really would only catch in the mornings. But every time I would catch it, I'm watching that joint. And it's hard to catch it because the way they used to air it back then, it would come on way early in the morning. It would be right before the cartoons come back on, you know what I'm saying? Before the sunrise, all that, you know what I'm saying? But the reason it's number 5 is because the story in this anime is untouchable, bro. The lore behind it, how deep they go into things, the parallels between the 2 main girls, Kikyo and Kagome, the main guy Inuyasha, his torment, his struggle with how he's a half demon basically, and he wants to be a full demon, but he's struggling with that side of himself that's dang, maybe my human side is important after all, you know what I'm saying? That's the lesson that I'm not gonna give you the plot. But with that being said, number 5 is Inuyasha, and the scenery in there, how it mixes what is to be modern day Japan with that era of Japan that they go back to, where Inuyasha's time is, how Kagome is from the modern era and she comes back into the past, and it's just it's amazing. And there's a love story underneath. It's amazing. like, you have to watch it. If you say you like anime, I'm not gonna say you have to watch it if you say you like anime, but I'm basically saying you have to watch it if you say you like anime. So that's number 5, Inuyasha. Just a quick little brief summary of why I like it. And you know, we're gonna move on. Number 4. Now, number 4 might surprise you because its sequel series is more popular than the series I'm about to name. But for me, the original top 5, now you gotta remember this, number 4 is Dragon Ball. And I say this because Dragon Ball is just, it's different, bro. Like, it's different. Like, yeah, you have your action, and yeah, that's cool. Like, that's hype when you got the tournaments or just the little fights in between as they're going around to gather the Dragon Balls or stuff happens, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's just hilarious at the same time. Like, the comedy in there is, like, some of it won't hit the same because it's, like, Eastern comedy, but, like, it's still hilarious. The comedy that hits, it hits. And then once you start to get the joke style of it, like, it hits even harder. And it's just like the way they balance the comedy and seriousness of that series is damn near perfect. Goku is a interesting main character in the fact that he grows in learning techniques and learning how to be stronger and stuff like that, but his personality basically does not change at all. And like once you get into Dragon Ball Z, the later series and stuff like that, you'll see like his personality, he does have like minor growth in his personality, but for the most part, Goku is like a stagnant character. I want to fight strong opponents. I want to get stronger. Like going on the adventure to get the Dragon Balls, yes, that was like a part of it, and like the main part of it for the first arc of that series was like, okay, we're going to get Dragon Balls. But once you get there and you get to meet Master Roshi and you get to like the Ox King and all this other stuff that gets involved, like the series, the characters, like everything that's involved in that is just pure gold. You know what I'm saying? It's pure like amazingness. So that's why it's number 4, and that's why I like it. But these top 3 now. We're about to get into it. Top 3. Let's go. So coming in at number 3, we have The Tale of a Wandering Samurai. And I'm not talking about Jack, Afro, none of them. I'm talking about my man, Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is number 3. Like, oh my God, bro, this show is so beautiful. Like the scenery, the setting, the background, like the colors, the aesthetic, like, oh my God, this show is beautiful. Like, I love this show. I love this show. The main character is a badass, but he's so funny because he just doesn't want to be, he just wants to live his life and atone for the things he's done in his past that made him known as a badass. But people just keep coming back around to be like, hey, I remember you. So, like, it's, like I said, I'm not going to tell y'all, like, the plot of this anime or, like, how shit goes or what goes on, everything step by step. But I'm going to tell you why I like it. So, let's start with the main character. The main character, Kenshin Himura, is, like, first of all, his Batosai the Manslayer is his nickname. Like, come on. Come on. But this man is like the most humble person you will ever meet in the street. He's like the most helpful person also. He just likes to go around helping people. He wanders into this town, meets this lady, decides to help her, gets entangled in that drama, and then the story goes from there. Like, he's just a cool guy. Like, he's just a really nice guy. And like, he's just so happens to be this badass that everybody wants to mess with. And it's crazy. It's crazy. The supporting cast is great. Like they all have their own stories going on. They all have their own things, and they all like get resolved or find some way to deal with the problems that they're dealing with in their own way. And like it's just a great story. If you're looking for something that's set in like old era Japan, and it's just like a period piece, and it just has like great swordplay and like yeah, it's like a little bit out there. You know, it's anime, but like the swordplay, the fights, the fucking animation for like the time was beautiful, bro. And it's still beautiful. Like I'll go back and watch it to this day and just watch the whole series and go through it and just be like, yes, yes. But that's why that is number 3. Rurouni Kenshin. I suggest you check it out. See, look at me stumbling on. I'm so excited to talk about these things, man. Like you don't understand. Like, but we gonna get on to the top two. Not the one, but number 2 is coming up next. So let's get into it. Coming in at number 2, we got Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, let me tell you something about this anime. This anime is fucking goated in my book forever. And first off, I'm gonna say this, and you can argue with me, you can disagree, but I mean, it's not really gonna do much. Like, yeah, there are contenders. Yeah, I'll give you there's stuff you can argue that's great, just as great, or maybe even approaching the greatness. But I'm gonna say this: Yu Yu Hakusho has the greatest tournament arc, hands down, and I will fight you on that. Like, but we'll get there. The main character, we're gonna start with the main character. The main character, Yusuke, he's a unique main character. Like, there are not many main characters like him, and I haven't seen many main characters come along like him in recent years. He's, for lack of a better term, a degenerate. You know what I'm saying? He's a punk. He goes out, he curses, he swears, he likes to get in fights. He's a tough guy, you know what I'm saying? But like, he's also a teenager, so don't get it twisted. Like, it's still an anime, you know? But like, he's just a different guy, and like, the life he's led has made him the way he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch it, you'll understand his story based off of the first couple episodes. Like, the first episode, you meet him, and he's like, oh, this guy, he's kind of, he's kind of a punk, you following him around, and then he does something that's unexpected of him, and it's unexpected of him not just by you, the viewer, but by the people in the show. And it's just like, that's what kicks off the whole show, and it's just great. And it goes from there. You meet so many great, amazing characters. Like, the cast of characters in this show is top tier. Like, they all get shine in some way, and they're all like different and unique and like important to the story. Like, and it just builds and builds and builds. And like I said, greatest tournament arc. Like, that tournament, the Dark Tournament arc is a masterpiece. A masterpiece of a tournament arc, bro. Like, there's no fat on that arc, bro. None. Everything is legitimately important to that arc. And it just unfolds perfectly. Like, I can't gush enough about it. I cannot. Like, and back to the supporting cast. Like, Hiei, Karama, Kuwabara, Botan, Keiko, Koenma Jr. Like, come on, bro. Like, all of these characters are important, and they come up, and like, they all have different ties to other side characters that make their story even more important, and they have connections, and they grow, and you just see the change and the growth over time, and all of these characters as the show progresses, and it just has a beautiful ending, bro. A beautiful ending. Like, it's like, it's damn near perfect, bro. Like, there are certain parts of the anime where you like, okay, well, like, was this necessary? But like, it all comes back at the end of the day, and it makes itself like relevant in a way. Even the parts that don't seem like incredibly important, they make themselves relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, lessons, or just different people or different things in the past that come back, and they learn from it, and it's it's amazing. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. So, I mean, I could talk about this all day, but like we're gonna get on to the number one because we gotta get there. So without further ado, we're gonna take it over to number one and y'all go see what it is. And here we are. We finally arrived at number one. Man, I'm so excited to tell y'all about this. At number one, we got Cowboy Bebop. It is like, when I say this anime is forever goated to me, I will watch it anytime, any place, any day, any hour, like any second. I will sit down and watch this show. Cowboy Bebop is in fucking credible. Like it's amazing. It is amazing how incredible it is. Like from the very opening intro music, first note, that jazzy tone hits, it just lets you know what you're in for. It's just like so, it's amazing, man. It is amazing. Like Cowboy Bebop is probably gonna be forever in my top 5. Like when I get onto my like current top 5 and stuff like that, and what I think is maybe the top 5 of all time, like in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, like it's probably gonna be there, you know what I'm saying. Like more than likely it's gonna be there. It might not be number one on those lists. I have to go like sit down and do some more thinking about that, write it down, you know what I'm saying, you know, plan it. But that's neither here nor there. But it's gonna be on those lists because it's just that great. Like starting from the main character, Spike Spiegel, from the time you're introduced to this man, from episode 1, they let you know what time it is with this show. Like the music hits everything. Like the background music is just perfect. The aesthetic, it's like a fucking western, man. It's so a space western, and it is a space western because it is amazing. Like it's the drama, the story. It's like not even that. Like, yeah, you gotta take it as like, okay, yeah, this is like, you know, it's a space western. They're in spaceships, you know what I'm saying? They're bounty hunters in space and all this other stuff. Like, and when you meet the other characters on the Bebop, which is the ship, like it's amazing. But starting from episode 1, when you meet Spike Spiegel and you follow this man through this episode, like you hear the notes in the background as stuff starts to happen. You hear it pick up. You hear the somber tones when stuff gets sad. You know what I'm saying? It's just, the aesthetic is perfect, bro. Like it's amazing. And Spike as a character is just so fucking cool, man. Like he is probably the coolest main character protagonist like I have ever seen. So cool under pressure. Like even when things aren't going his way, like he's like, yeah, you know, whatever happens, happens. And that's a quote from him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, he's like, I'm not gonna say he's a perfect main character because he has his flaws, but every main character should have flaws, you know what I'm saying? So like, maybe he is a perfect main character, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is just amazing as a character. It's incredible. The characterization that's put into this man as a protagonist. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I might need a new lighter. Hold on a second. So I got a new lighter. So yeah, the other characters around him are just amazing, bro. And their stories all play out and they're all important. And it's just like every episode is just a masterpiece in storytelling. A masterpiece. Like, Cowboy Bebop is probably one of the greatest anime I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's probably going to be on that GOAT list. You know what I'm saying? Like, that greatest of all time, you know? But, like, I can't talk enough about it. Like, I wish I could tell you, like, the story and the plot, but it's just, like, it's so much that goes on, but it's, like, every episode you're going to understand, like, how the plot advances, how it's important to this character. And then you'll have an episode about this character. You'll have an episode about Faye. You'll have an episode about Jet. Like it's just, and you'll find out about their backstories. You'll find out about them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's perfect, and it all comes back at the end of the day. They end up back on this ship. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow, like this is what like, and it's just like incredible, bro, because it's just like they all are dealing with things from their past, but they're all like trying to find themselves in the moment, but they all found like this little family that they have together, and it's just like, man, it's a great anime, and I highly suggest you watch it. Like you have to watch this show, bro. Like if you don't watch nothing else I've talked about on this list, please watch Cowboy Bebop. Like that's how serious I am about this. Like it's that great. But with that being said, we have gotten through the top 5. My OG top 5. Thank you for tuning in to Slyy's OG top 5 anime, and thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the series of Slyy's top 5. Yes, I know I've been gone for a while, but we're gonna do better to try and be here more consistently. I got a lot of videos coming up for you with the top 5 and the vlogs with the music coming out. And like once we start doing videos and stuff like that, like making music videos, that's gonna be on the other channel. But you can see the behind the scenes stuff here and all that other stuff. But you know, that was back more in with the goes with the frontal announcements. But you know, I just wanted to give that to y'all real quick. So I'm gonna kick it over to me for the outro. I was just giving y'all some quick facts on the end of this, thanking y'all for tuning in and all this other stuff. But you know, well, this is kind of the outro, so you know, we might not have an outro. And I'm gonna leave this in too, cause you know, sometimes it's good to leave in the stuff that you know you flub over, because it shows progression in the later stuff. So hey, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming and hanging with Slyy in the garage once again. You see the paintings back there. We got the incense burning. I didn't even get to smoke on blunt too much because I was busy running my mouth about these great ass animes. So I hope you go check them out. And thanks for coming once again. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell or whatever so you know when I post. And yeah, come hang out with me again.